What's up, everyone? I'm Jeff Teague. Welcome to episode 1 of Toyota Talk. This is really exciting because I would like to talk with people within Toyota circles, also YouTubers, content creators, people who know the world of Toyota, and we're going to discuss things you want to talk about. For example, hot topics, breaking news, upcoming vehicles, product reviews, and just their impressions about everything Toyota. Today we're talking vehicle shortage. It's a topic that is unfortunately near and dear to all of us because we're all right in the middle of it. So we're going to talk with my friend Marcello. He's at Maple Toyota in Canada, and I feel like he's going to give some great insight. Since Marcello is a sales manager and has been for over 10 years at his dealership, I'm going to pick his brain about what's going on in Canada with the vehicle shortage, what are most popular models, wait times, what is his order process like? How does he work with customers and keep in communication with them as they wait for the vehicles? And then I've asked him to take us on a tour of his showroom. This thing is huge. It's a palace. Marcello, welcome to the show.
Hey Jeff, it's Marcello back from the Toyota World YouTube channel. And before I get started with where I'm located and what I do here, I wanted to first say a big thank you to having me back here on your channel. I greatly appreciate it, and it's an absolute privilege to be part of what you're doing.
Hey, it's no problem at all. I'm so glad you're back. When we first talked, we were sort of in the early stages of vehicle shortage, comparing, contrasting, and seeing what was going on in each country trying to get these vehicles. But anyway, you have Toyota World YouTube channel, and I've been watching it grow. I'm so excited for you. You're a really good resource, so I encourage people to go right now. Click the link right up there to Toyota World YouTube channel. Marcello's at 17,500 subscribers right now. Let's see if we can get him to 20,000 and really just blow his mind. Please, everybody, click that link and then come right back. Now, Marcello, I feel like you're absolutely qualified to talk about this vehicle shortage. You've been at your dealership a long time, so tell everybody about what your background is with Maple Toyota. How long have you been there? And let's get started.
So Jeff, I'm located in Maple, Ontario, Canada, and I work for an amazing dealership called Maple Toyota. It's part of the Zanken Automotive Group, which is a large automotive group here in Ontario, Canada. And I've been a sales manager here since about 2011. And prior to that, I started here in 2008, I would say early 2008, as a sales representative selling Toyotas on the sales floor. And after a few years, I moved up into sales management. Now, I've had this YouTube channel for a couple of years, and I really got serious with it probably about 2 years ago, which is right around when COVID hit and COVID started. I started to, show the vehicles to the customers, to the viewers, since they weren't really able to come here in person. We were in a lockdown for a little bit of time. They weren't really able to come here in person and see the vehicle, touch the vehicle. So I started getting serious with it right around then. And that was, like I said, about 2 years ago, and here we are.
Now, Marcello, tell us about the vehicle shortage in Canada. What's going on there? Does it still exist? Is it almost over? What can you tell us to start?
That's a great question. What do I've got to say in terms of vehicle shortage and vehicle supply, specifically in our region here at Maple Toyota? Well, when the vehicle shortages started about a year ago, let's say, plus minus a few months, we didn't really know what to expect and what to tell customers with regards to delays. So what I've got to say specifically here at Maple Toyota and in our region, we've familiarized ourselves with what to expect for certain models. For example, non-hybrid RAV4s, how long those take to get in, Toyota Tacomas, how long those take to get in, Toyota Corollas, and so on. Back when these vehicle shortages just started, we didn't really know what to expect. We didn't really know what these delays were going to look like, if it was going to take 9 months to get a Toyota Corolla, 3 months, 3 weeks. We weren't sure. But now we've been living like this for about a year, so we've pretty much familiarized ourselves with ETAs on some models. But yes, there still is a vehicle shortage. It's still happening, but there we are, guys.
Now, here in the United States, we have many different popular models, but in Canada, I'm not as familiar. So what kind of vehicles are people looking for right now where you are?
So Jeff, what are some of the most popular models, high demand models that we sell here at Maple Toyota in Maple, Ontario, Canada? Well, I've got to say, it's a cross between the non-hybrid Toyota Highlanders like this Platinum that I have here behind me, and of course the hybrid Highlanders, just like this Bronze Edition right behind me here. Another set of very popular vehicles for us here in Maple Toyota is anything RAV4. RAV4 front wheel drive, RAV4 all wheel drive, like this Blueprint RAV4 XLE premium package, non-hybrid. like this Cavalry Blue 2022 RAV4 Hybrid SE. Very, very popular, very high demand here. One of our best sellers, anything RAV4.
Where you're at in Canada, Marcello, what do you sell more of? Front wheel drives or all wheel drive, two wheel drive versus four wheel drive? In North Carolina, we probably sell more front wheel drive vehicles, if that's an option. And then all wheel drive, maybe in Colorado where it snows a lot, or Michigan or Massachusetts, things like that. They probably sell more four wheel drives, more all wheel drives. What are you seeing where you are?
That's a great question, Jeff. Thank you. So yes, here in Canada, we definitely have a lot of cold days, you know, minus 20, 30 degrees. We get a lot of snow, sometimes 10, 15 centimeters of snow up to your knees. It's very common. So definitely for us, all-wheel drive is where it's at. And that's across the model lineups, you know, for the Corolla Crosses, all-wheel drive, the RAV4, all-wheel drive. Actually, in Canada, they discontinued the RAV4 XLE front-wheel drive. It's only available in all-wheel drive for us here in Canada. The wait times for something like a RAV4 all-wheel drive non-hybrid is anywhere from about 3 to 4 months all the way up to 6 or 7 months if it's something like the TRD model or the Trail model, a little bit more unique. But generally 3, 4, 5 months you can get your hands on a non-hybrid all-wheel drive RAV4 here in Canada.
I'm really glad you brought up RAV4 because that's been on my mind. RAV4 gasoline, RAV4 hybrid, RAV4 Prime. I'm wondering, do you sell RAV4 Prime in Canada? I know a lot of times there are different trim levels, different configurations, maybe even different models where you are versus where I am. So talk about that. And then I've got a follow-up question. Another popular model, Tacoma versus Tundra. Tacoma is much more popular than Tundra is in the United States, and there's a huge demand for both trucks. So what are you seeing in Canada?
Hey Jeff, so that's interesting to say that the Toyota Tacomas over there for you guys are quite popular when compared to the Toyota Tundras. Over here for us at Maple Toyota, the Toyota Tundra is far more popular and higher demand than the Toyota Tacoma, I should say. But with regards to wait times on something like the RAV4 non-hybrid all-wheel drive or front-wheel drive, like I mentioned, you're waiting anywhere from about 3 to 5 months. On the RAV4 hybrids though, you're waiting anywhere from about 18 months to 24 months right now. Yes, the demand is very high here. The supply is not that high when talking about in relation to the demand. So we have quite a long wait time for RAV4 hybrids. For Toyota Tacomas, you're looking about 6 months, depending if it's a TRD Pro or something like that. Those for us here are special order units. We only get allocated a certain amount for the year, so those can take anywhere from up to 1 or 2 years. But regular Tacomas, non-TRD Pro, in and around the 6-month window. RAV4 Primes, funny you should say that. RAV4 Primes, we don't actually take orders on those specific vehicles. They are a long wait. I'm sure you already know that. We are not getting many. We haven't seen many. We've delivered 2 or 3 this year. Hopefully we'll get a couple of more, but they're all pre-sold orders from a while ago. But that's what we have for wait times on some of the most popular models over there in the US.
In the United States, it's really difficult to find cars right now. And imagine you've got a customer that wants to come in and I just want to sit in a Highlander. I just want to sit in a Tacoma. Show me a 4Runner. Well, if dealers don't have anything on the lot right now, it makes it very challenging. The stakes got a little bit more muddled, a little bit more high stakes. So what do you do to help customers who are coming in to look at vehicles? And then also show us your showroom, please. I have heard great things about it. It's like the Taj Mahal of car dealerships. I hear it's huge.
You know what? Behind me here is our beautiful, large, amazing showroom. Fantastic facility that can probably pack in anywhere from about 30 to 40 vehicles at any given time. Well, right now there's only 15 vehicles in here, and I want to go through them with you to show you what we try to keep in our showroom, try to keep the excitement going, try to have some vehicles that we can show, sell off of, let customers see the exterior, the interior, and so on. We've got some nice conversation pieces in here, some classic Toyotas, classic Lexus vehicles. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Now, Jeff, we've got some Toyota Highlanders here. That's an XLE. We've got Toyota Tacomas. We've got 3 of them actually, all with sold signs. We've got a nice Trail Edition in Lunar Rock. Now, this Supra gets a lot of attention in my videos. Whenever I'm in the showroom, there's always comments, people asking, viewers asking, is it for sale? It's not for sale, not yet. But anyways, really cool vehicle. We've got an old Corolla, which I believe this was called the, there you go. That's the Corolla 1200. It didn't have a passenger side view mirror. Really cool vehicle. We've got a Rav4 non-hybrid XLE Premium in the magnetic gray metallic. We've got a manual transmission Corolla hatchback XSE. We've got a pre-owned Camry Hybrid XLE. We've got another Toyota Tacoma, also with a sold sign in it. Check this one out. What do you think this finance or lease payment was when this beauty was brand new? This is a Toyota Corolla hatchback or wagon. We have a Toyota MR2. I believe this is a 2000. How cool is this? I wish I fit in this vehicle, because if I did, I may be tempted to buy it. We've got a gorgeous Lexus SC430 with some really cool fancy aftermarket large chrome wheels. But just an idea of what we try to do here to keep our showroom full, keep the excitement going, the excitement flowing for a lot of our customers here at Maple Toyota.
And Marcello, let's talk about the order process, because I know it's different dealership to dealership, region to region, perhaps country to country. What do you tell a customer who's ready to pull the trigger? They found a Tundra they love, they found a Camry they love, a Highlander. What do you do when they come in, and how do you start the process? How do you continue the process all the way through upon delivery? Take us through that.
What does the process look like here at Maple Toyota in terms of ordering the vehicle that you want, ordering the vehicle that you desire? So we do have a process in place where we meet with the customer. We do a number of transactions also via phone, email, and internet. However, a lot of our transactions are still in person. Customers still want to come in to talk to someone face to face. I'm sure it's the same way with you guys over there. But customer will come in, they will spec out the exact vehicle that they want with the product advisor, and it goes down to everything, trims, color of the exterior, color of the interior, if they're going for the hybrid, the non-hybrid, and we'll actually print off a worksheet, which is what we confirm as a deal. So on the worksheet, it'll say, the customer's information. It'll have the payment structure, if they're going to be leasing, financing, paying cash, how long that term might be. It'll also spec out the exact vehicle that they're looking for. At the bottom of this worksheet, there'll be a couple of points that the dealership makes with the customers. And one of those points is that this is a factory order, and we have an actual stamp that goes on these worksheets, and it basically alludes to the fact that you're purchasing a factory order. We have a little blank column where the sales manager will actually handwrite in the expected wait time, whether it's 8 months, 12 months, 15 months, 18 months, and so on, of how long you may expect to wait for the vehicle. We also let the customer know that you do have the ability to cancel the transaction at any time before the factory order arrives at the dealership. So in 6 months, if something happens, you lose your job or your needs change, you let us know. We can cancel that transaction for you. We do understand here at Maple Toyota that transparency is key, and we also do understand that you're not waiting a couple of weeks or maybe a month or so like you used to before COVID and before these vehicle shortages for a new vehicle. You're waiting months and months, sometimes even years. So we do understand things can change. So we want to let the buyers know, and we want to put it down in writing that the transaction can be canceled, the deposits can be refunded if something happens in the near future while you're still waiting for your factory order. Once we confirm all those details, we move over to our finance department, which then meets with the customer, goes through all the other aftermarket sales products, extended warranty plans, and so on, and we do apply for the customer's approval at that time. We do want to make sure that the customer is able to take on this new vehicle, whether it's a RAV4, a Highlander, a Toyota Tundra. We want to make sure that they're able to facilitate these payments in their regular daily and monthly life. We want to make sure they can still go through with those expenses once the vehicle lands. And then from there, once we have an approval, what happens is it goes over to our sales administrator. The sales administrator from there will take what we've created, which is the file docket, and from there they will submit the factory order to Toyota. Here in Canada, we have what's called the sold order tool. We submit these sold orders in that tool, and then we literally just sit and wait for Toyota to fulfill them. Some vehicles take 3-4 months, some vehicles take 6 to 8 months, 12 months, and so on, Jeff. Oh, Jeff, and I almost forgot. I didn't want to forget this one because I'm curious to see what the wait times are for you guys in the US. Unfortunately, I don't have one that I can stand in front of to show you while I tell you what's going on, but that's the Toyota Tundra. Toyota Tundra right now is about 10 to 12 months, and I'm not talking about the hybrid, I'm talking about the non-hybrid. We haven't seen a Toyota hybrid Tundra land yet, so I can't really gauge what the wait time is for the hybrids, but for the non-hybrids, we're looking about 10 months, 12 months, depending on the model, depending on the trim.
Well, that is a really interesting question, and I'm not sure I can answer it specifically because this varies definitely by region. It's a lot tougher to find Tundras in certain parts of the country. I get a lot of requests from that. I can't find one in Colorado, can't find one in Michigan, New York, Texas. Can you help me out? Well, sometimes we can, sometimes we can't though, because Tundra, whether it's gasoline or hybrid, hybrid's just now coming out. That's gonna be a wait and see on that one. But for Tundra gasoline, that one's gonna be anywhere from a few weeks to many, many, many months. And like I say, the more specific you are, the longer it could be to get your Tundra. We always tell people to be a little bit flexible. If you're flexible on color, configuration, if you're flexible, you might have a better chance of getting it at your local dealership. And Marcello, it's tough buying a vehicle. We all know that it's a high ticket item, and you want to make sure as a consumer you're making the right choice. You have to find a dealership that you trust, that's transparent, like you said, and also will stay in constant communication with you as you're looking, especially in a vehicle shortage. So what words of encouragement or hope can you give people out there in the world who are looking for vehicles in a time like the vehicle shortage?
Okay, so what do I have to say in regards to having hope or hope in general for this situation we're in? Well, here's one thing. I don't think that the hybrid bug is gonna go away and disappear. I don't think that all of a sudden customers who wanted hybrid and electric vehicles are gonna retract back to wanting the gasoline engines. Having said that, these manufacturers are already 1, 2, 3 steps ahead of us. They already know that electrification is the way to go, hybrid's the way to go, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna work their way around making sure that they can fulfill and get the supply needed to fulfill the demand. When will that happen? I'm not too sure, but you're talking about one of the smartest brands out there with regards to hybrid technology. I mean, let's face it, Toyota had the first Prius for sale in Japan in 1997, before a lot of manufacturers were even thinking about hybrid. So there you have it, Jeff.
Everyone, thanks so much for watching. Let me know in the comment section what you think of episode 1 of Toyota Talk. I would love your suggestions for future topic ideas, maybe people that you want me to reach out to and see if we can book them as guests on the show. And we'll get some in-depth insight from the experts, from the people that you know and trust in the YouTube world, in the Toyota world, to talk about what you want to talk about. So thanks so much. Again, leave a comment and say hi. Comment about Toyota suggestions, anything like that. Thanks everybody so much. See you next time.